So now that we've completed the ultrasound scanning procedures, you'll notice again a third check mark here next to the application for ultrasound. And at this point now you've completed all of the minimum requirements to see a CardioHealth report. So simply choosing the report button will combine any information entered onto a 4-page report, which can be printed in color and handed to the patient. Of course, it is stored as a record in the equipment as well. So briefly to describe the report, what you're presented with initially is the first page of the CardioHealth report. This is really aimed at the patient. So you have a brief paragraph here explaining in layman terms what was assessed. So we measured your carotid artery wall thickness. In addition to that, we calculated your Framingham risk based on traditional risk factors. So just below that introductory paragraph, you have the traditional risk score. In this case, Framingham was selected. And at the bottom, you'll see based on Framingham, based on traditional risk factors, your chance of having a heart attack in the next 10 years is 8%. And then you have a schematic here representing that overall risk. Just below the Framingham, we present the IMT, the carotid artery wall thickness, numbers in the same manner. So both for the right side, you have a carotid IMT measurement. In addition, the plaque assessment. Similarly, for the left side, you're presented with a carotid IMT number and the plaque assessment on the left side. Just on the right here, we have the IMT table. So again, we are correlating with population data. So for a 56-year-old male, if this person were to have carotid IMT values of 0.47 and 0.53 millimeters, respectively, on the right and left side, he would be considered in the less than 25th percentile for his age, race, and gender. Now, this was the first page of the report. The second page of the report, if I choose carotid here, will contain any and all images that were captured. So you'll have the plaque image here, transverse view. You'll have the IMT measurement, the automated IMT measurement on the longitudinal view. And again, you can see the plaque assessment as being absent, and the IMT measurement, again, automated IMT measurement, in this case is being 0.47. And this references, in this case, the ERIC data table, which was used to give that IMT percentile. So again, if you were to have a carotid artery wall thickness of 0.47, he'd be considered in the less than 25th percentile for his age. Just below that, you have the same summary, but for the left side of the patient. The third and fourth pages of the report aren't presented here. They're simply information, more text that the patient can understand. And the last page of the report is a blank physician's comment page that he can write in any comments and then sign at the very bottom. So all of this can be printed either to a USB printer, which would be attached and simply chosen from the drop-down menu here for printer, or if the patient has their own USB memory drive, or if you have an external hard drive that you'd like to save it on, you can print right to PDF on any external memory here. Once you've gotten to this point of the exam, you've completed one CardioHealth test. Simply pressing End Study will prompt you, do you want to end the study? Pressing yes will bring you right back to the main menu. This is the point where we started. Now I'll show you how to review that record simply by choosing the Study Records button. You have 3 tabs. You have one for completed tests. Now I'll choose completed, and you'll see the completed tests that we have stored in the machine. And the very first one that I've done today, this can be sorted by date, by name, by subject ID. It's extremely searchable in that manner. Simply choose the test, choose review to go back and either review patient information or specific information about that person, or again, clicking report will give you that overall assessment again. I'll get back to the study records page. You have a tab for in progress. The in progress tests are essentially, if you don't have the blood work for that person at that time, you can choose to basically suspend the study. It'll save as, essentially, and as soon as you get the blood work back, you can then restart that suspended exam and then fill in any of the other information to see the report at a later time. So there's that suspend button there. So that completes the overall review, the workflow of the software. Again, scanning procedure will be covered in another video tutorial.